About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Detroit Tigers going up against the Atlanta Braves. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. First pitch coming your way next. And on the mound in this one, Chris Sale. And Chris, he seems a lot more comfortable pitching here at home than on the road, right?
Indeed, Boog, and there can be several factors, whether it's just sleeping in your own bed, being around your family, going to your favorite restaurant before you come to the ballpark. I don't know what it is for him, but the numbers are clear that he's been dominant in this place. The only frustration is you see how good he is at home, and if you're a teammate or a coach, you're looking and saying, hey, if you can be almost as good as that on the road, you're going to have a great year, and we're going to win more ball games.
First pitch. 7:15.
0-1 down. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. And the Tigers have the lead. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump. And at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count and trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
Spencer Torkelson, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike one.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Now the 0-1. Swing and a ball popped up. Olsen under it. And there's one down.
Batting third.
Let's take a check of the Tigers lineup. A lot of bat-to-ball skill in this offense, Chris. Very tough outs all over the place, and they're sporting the best team batting average in the league right now.
Boog, they're able to spray the ball all over the field. I'll tell you what, this lineup seems to find holes other teams just don't.
Foul ball. Out into left center for a line drive base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Green in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
Got him. 2 down. Kevin McGonigal up now for the Tigers. Big game last night. He went 4 for 5. And it's fouled away. Dingler leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
A little bit low. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The high heat too much on that one. Detroit making up ground with this homer. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Back at Truist Park. And taking the ball for Detroit, Tarek Skubal. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Yeah, this guy's been real stingy, man. Not allowing guys to play the game, just keeping them at home plate. I mean, just ridiculous sub-1 whip. I mean, he's dominating hitters. And a guy like this on the mound, one of the elite starters in the game right now.
The 0-2.
Nope, that's inside.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Second designated hitter, Ronald
Here's the
Acuna
Atlanta Braves
Jr.
lineup. It features one of the sport's true superstars, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Boog, it's kind of a joke that this guy's got a career OPS over 900. I mean, there are a lot of players that hope that they can just do that in one season, but he's done it his entire career. And in reality, there's only about 60 players that can claim that type of production.
Ronald Acuna Jr. batting with one down, takes a strike. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
In the dirt, now 1-2. And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Gets him to chase after that one.
First two hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
This one in the air, center field. Baez settles underneath it. That is the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. End of the first from Truist Park. The Tigers are out front. Back here in Atlanta, all set for the start of the inning. So the Detroit Tigers have had an outstanding start to the season. Only a few weeks in, but so far they're every bit as good as expected, Singy.
We've gotten the opportunity to just see how confident this ball club is, and everyone knew coming in they were going to be a good team, and sometimes teams can struggle under those lofty expectations, but not these guys so far. You can see the swagger, and on top of it, they're producing the results to back it up.
And while it's still early, we're definitely getting glimpses of just how good they can be. Sale, more than 100 career wins on the mound, and of course has a Cy Young to his credit. Foul ball left side, he'll see another. One and two now. On the ground to short, and he can't come up with it. Still fires to first. Safe. It was never going to be easy after the misplay.
Looked to me like he kind of let the ball play him instead of playing the ball, and it just ate him up. Hands get stiff, and even the best infielders make these kinds of mistakes. You just have to learn from it and move on.
Wenzel Perez up now for the Tigers. Homered last night, added another hit as well. The 0-1. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Can't get there. Should be extra bases. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Batting eighth, third baseman.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
Hard hit into the gap, should bring in two. One runs in, another comes in to score, and they take a 3-run lead. A 2-run double.
Well, a huge 2 RBI swing of the bat right there. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Baez, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. And that one hammered, carrying well. And that one becomes property of the beast. Javi Baez blasts one out. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they boost their lead. So the streak stays alive. His 4th straight game with a home run.
Boog, that's like a cycle of home runs, and I know how much you love the cycle. He's absolutely punishing mistakes right now he can't miss.
Ground ball left side. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, anything can happen once the ball deflects off the base. Do you get a good bounce or a bad bounce? Your guess is as good as mine.
And at first, nobody out. Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
The Tigers, catcher Dylan Dingler.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. That does it for Chris Sale as the lefty makes way. And this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
Here
the
comes the new arm
Braves.
for the Braves,
Number
Joey
33.
Wentz.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Line drive, leaps and he's got it.
Sweet grab right there. That's the DRS for you, buddy. Defensive run save. Very athletic. Really good reactions. Nice job of saving that run.
2 aboard with 1 out. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Riley Green. Struck out swinging his first time. Left field. Nice grab on the run. 2 away.
Up next for the Tigers, shortstop Kevin McGonigal.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Ripped, but it curls foul. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Tigers 5 and the Braves nothing. We head to the bottom of the second. Now in for the Braves, Austin Riley.
Austin
Riley was a kid in high school that was scouted by most teams as a pitcher. In fact, 95% of the teams wanted him as a pitcher. And I actually asked him, were you interested in being drafted as a pitcher? And he told me directly, no, I hated it. This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Well, foul ball. On the inside corner for called strike 3.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson to some Boog, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
On the ground. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
Batting sixth, catcher
Drake Baldwin, the next to hit. He's someone who quickly made a splash at this level, Chris, a former Rookie of the Year. And that one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Baldwin went deep in his most recent game. Swung on, popped up left side. And the inning is over. Down in order go the Braves. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back there. And that one is off the wall. It's a leadoff double to start the third.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
One away.
Up next to the Tigers, third baseman Zach McKinstry.
So now with one away and a man at second, Zach McKinstry up now for the Tigers.
A chance for more damage right here. A couple of RBIs for him in his last AB.
Pulls it down and there are 2 away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Swing and a ground ball. Throw on to Olsen. That's out number 3. One left for Detroit as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Bottom of the inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris the second. And first offering is fouled off. Late swing, foul to the left. 0-2 now. To the right side, collected by Torres. Throws to first in time.
Batting eighth, right fielder, Eli White.
Ball.
And a foul ball. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Struck him out looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching Tigers baseball on the show Great Lakes. Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. And here's the Tiger leadoff man, Gleyber Torres.
Another steady performance at the plate today after riding a hot streak, Boog. His consistency in the box has been impressive.
On a line out towards center. Harris has a beat on it, and there's one down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. This ball's chopped on the ground. Fair ball. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. And he's at third with 1 away. That's a triple.
Up next for the Tigers.
I love that he was on his horse right out of the box, ripped it down the line, and you could tell he wasn't going to be satisfied with just a double. He wanted 3 all the way.
Laser to the gap, should score the run. In to score from third. It's 6-0. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
Man at second with 1 away. Here's Riley Green. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Base hit center field. Here comes Dingler around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 7-0.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Line drive to short and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Jahmai Jones, 1 for 2. Hard liner. Can't get there. Should be extra bases. Green around third. He will score, and it's an 8-run lead.
He has had such a good day today. I don't think he's going to want to leave when it's over.
Couple of doubles today for the DH. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Harris tracks it down for the out. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Tigers 8 and the Braves nothing. This is Tigers baseball on the show Great Lakes. Back at Truist Park, bottom 4.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
The 0-1 in there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end, trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Throws to first in time. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's Acuna now. He's 0 for 1.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong. Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
And that is out of play. The Braves yet to pick up a hit here. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Excellent arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Fly ball down the line. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Outside low, and it's 2-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
This guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Fastball, and he gets out of the way. Got him swinging for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show.
Now pitching for
Ian
the
Hamilton
Braves,
will take over
number
here.
71.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Zach McKinstry getting ready to hit.
Third baseman, Zach McKinstry.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Profar has a beat on it. And a quick out, number 1.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
For the Tigers, center fielder Javier Baez.
In the air to left center. And it drops in. And that's a 1-out single.
Up next for the Tigers.
Back to the top of the Detroit order. Here is Gleyber Torres.
Coming in hot, and we've seen more of the same in the box today. He brings a...
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
Up next for the Tigers, first baseman.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just one shy of that milestone.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Singy's currently the team leader in runs batted in. And the 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Gets under it and pops it up. And the infield fly rule call.
Batter's out.
Up next for the Tigers, catcher Dylan Dingler.
Out to short, Dubon. That's the inning. Tigers back here at the ballpark.
Leading
Let's check
off
out
for
the
the
latest
Braves,
news from around the league.
Baseman, Austin Riley.
You know, these Braves, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Battling here as he fouls it away. There's another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
Ball, that's
At this
upstairs.
point, they'll take base runners any way they can get them, then hope it turns into something more. But this might end up being one of those games to forget.
Fouled off left side. The Tigers up big in this one. Last half of inning number 5. That's to third,
Nope.
and
Foul
it goes just foul. Almost got him.
That's out.
Payoff pitch. Here's a high chopper. Torres slings to first in time.
Up next for the Braves, catcher Drake.
2 down, bases empty.
Baldwin.
Drake Baldwin now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Baldwin, 24 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Wisconsin. There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. And that's going to bang against the wall. The relay, and he's safe. It's a wall ball double.
Up next for the Braves.
Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Check swing called strike. And 1-1. Fought off foul. Man at second. Swings and misses. Whiff number 9 for him in this game. 9. Another frame in the books as the perfect game falls by the way. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. Riley Green
Leading
up
off
now for the
Detroit,
Tigers.
left fielder Riley Green.
Out towards right center field. Harris gets under it. And there's one down.
Woo! He was all over that first pitch fastball, just
Up next
barely
for the
missed it.
Tigers,
Man, this guy was
shortstop,
ready to hit.
Kevin McGonigal.
Swing and a foul out of play. Yo, 1. Well struck right field. That ball's carrying. And that one is off the wall. The relay throw. And he's into second with a double. And man, just shy of a homer on that one.
Jahmai Jones.
Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So digging in, Jahmai Jones.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
That's a ball.
And the 1-0. Now a pop-up on the infield. Olsen moving under this one. And there are 2 down.
Well, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Ian Hamilton won't go any further tonight. And he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. New pitcher on now, Dylan Lee.
Well, he's had trouble at times keeping the ball in the park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. McGonigal coming home. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 9-0.
Up next for the Tigers.
2 outs, runner at first. Zach McKinstry up now for the Tigers. Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Tapped on the ground softly to short. Flips it, and it beats him. What a play. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across one. 8-9-1 scheduled in the bottom of the 6th. Tigers 9 and the Braves nothing. This is Tigers baseball on the show Great Lakes. Back here in Atlanta, now in for the Braves, Eli White. Scooble back to work. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
0-1.
Strike 2. And they'll do it again. The 1-2.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And
just want to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you guys for joining my stream today. It means a lot. If you could just like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Trying to grow my channel to the point where I can do more outreach and I can make money off my channel and I can put it back into my community.
That one fouled off.
Ball, that's off the plate.
The Braves with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. Late on that fastball.
just not able to catch up to that velocity.
See ya. Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Up next.
To the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Here's the left fielder, Jurickson Profar.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
And that's in for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Torres. Play made, that ends the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's Major League Baseball on the show.
17 hits. Should have way more than that.
This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Can't get there, it gets down. He's not just hot, he's lava right now. Can't believe they're still pitching to him.
First baseman, Spencer Torkelson.
And that one is lifted in the air. White under it. Brings it in. And there's one away.
Up next for the Tigers, catcher Dylan Dingler.
Dylan Dingler up now for the Tigers. This one in the air, center field. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Tigers, left fielder Riley Green.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Dylan Lee out of the game. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
Jose
Braves,
Suarez
number
gets the ball now.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Late with the swing there.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. And now 2 aboard.
Up next for the Tigers.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
And next to hit for Detroit, Kevin McGonigal. Foul ball there. First and second, 2 down. Here the top half of inning number 7. Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two on, 2 outs. Center field. Harris moving under it. And that'll do it. Tigers strand a pair, but they're still in. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Designated hitter Ronald Acuna Jr.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch. Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Line drive. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Braves, first baseman Matt Olson.
Chop back up the middle. Fires in time. 2 outs, base is empty. Austin Riley next up for the Braves, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Out to short, dives, but it kicks off his glove, and he'll just eat it. So that's an infield knock.
Up next for the Braves, second baseman Ozzie Albies.
Fastball for a strike. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. And here's the catch. Drake Baldwin. Foul ball. Oh, 1 now. Ball 1 there.
That's a ball.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. And it's through for a hit. Here comes Riley. Runner from second crosses the plate. Relay throw home, and he's out.
Right there.
Cut down, and that ends the inning. We look ahead to inning number 8. Tigers 9, and the Braves 1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back,
Braves.
and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Tyler Kinley.
And one thing on him, he's really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Clearly seeing the
Up
ball
next
very
for the
well in
Tigers.
this. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock. I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. So far, that aggressiveness has been all about attacking the first pitch they see. 7 hits on the first pitch alone, and clearly they've done a great job turning those hits into runs on the board.
Slider right there.
And with all that success on the first pitch, I'm surprised they haven't made an adjustment on the mound. Clearly, they need to start mixing it up and start making better pitches to start the at-bat.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Up next for the Tigers, third baseman.
Stepping in, Zach McKinstry. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Ranging back. He brought it back. The relay to second. Throw behind the runner, and they got him doubled off.
Up next for the Tigers, center fielder, Javier Baez.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy. What can't he do at the plate, Boog? These stats are just crazy. Are we sure his bat is legit? And it's like magic.
Two on, 2 outs. And a strike to Glaber.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last 2 pitches were well executed.
Out to short, Dubon. To first, it short hops him, but a nice pick for out number 3.
Now pitching for
Back
Detroit,
now, new pitcher on the
number
mound.
I gotta get this guy's ERA down.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage
For real.
appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Michael Harris, the second.
On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Deal 1.
That's outside.
Herder, 27 years old, and he was drafted in the 7th round in 2021. Way out front for strike 2.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Nope, outside.
That
That's
one
ball 3.
misses, and now it's 3-2. Ground ball up the middle. Torres handles. Slings to first. Barely got him for the out. Close
Up
play.
next for the Braves, right fielder, Eli White.
There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
That one finds the zone. 0-2 now.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Good job to fight that one off. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
The shortstop.
Here's Mauricio Dubon. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. This looks like extra bases. Around first, heading for two. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
Runner at second, two down. Here the bottom half of the eighth inning. That's off the mark, and that is ball one. Challenge from behind the dish here. So the call stands. Still one challenge left for them. And a big swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Runner at second, two down. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. One left for Atlanta. They trail it big. It's 9-1.
Do any of you guys play this game at all?
Produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
And they've really been peppering left field, as you can see from the graphic right here. Might be time for the defense to slide a bit towards that side.
Fought off foul. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. This to third. Slings to first in time. Line drive, base hit.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Now, Riley Green. Green in the box here and fouls it off for strike one. That one fouled off. Stays alive. The Tigers up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. This one in the air, center field. Harris on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. New pitcher for the Braves, Robert Suarez. He's pitching on 2 days rest. And up next for Detroit, Kevin McGonigal. Liner snagged at first. Tigers leave one, but they still hold a commanding 9-1 lead. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Will Vest.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Throw to first, it's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Braves, first baseman, Matt Olson.
That one misses. Ball one. One down, base is empty here in the ninth.
I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
That one drilled left field, and that's got extra bases written all over it. He's in at second with a one-out double.
He was all over that one. Really stayed inside that baseball to send it to the opposite field. With the shift on to the pull side, that's an easy knock if you'll take it.
Austin Riley at the plate, and there's two down.
Up next for the Braves, second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
So they're down to their final out. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Just missed. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Pretty close, but it was a ball. So that removes their last challenge.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
They're down to their final strike.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible.
That's ripped. Base hit. Here comes Olson around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and it's 9-2.
Hey!
On the ground, and this should do it. On to first, ball game.
Let's go.
The first two games of this series on the road. This one ends the final 9-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
All right, guys, I got to take my dog out and I got to eat something, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.